You know, don't you? Cold. That's the last thing I remember. My whole body was gleaming in the heat of fresh dropping blood, but I was cold. Every little muscle was freezing. Death. Yeah, it felt cold like death. That was the next thing that came into my head. But I didn't want to die. I never wanted and wasn't planning on doing it in the next few decades. I wanted to get good grades in my last few years of high school. Then I wanted to become an important person in publicity. But now, all the thoughts were getting wiped away by an all-devouring numbness. I couldn't open my eyes at all, so I didn't know if I was awake or asleep, if I was alive or dead. Through the noise of the flames came something. It was a painful scream. Maybe I am dead, I thought, and this is hell. What did I do? Did I deserve this? Did I really do? It was a leathern and heavy as tons of sand feeling. Well, in that case, I wouldn't be able to do anything anymore. I sighed silently and leaned back. My power had left my body. Then I released my eyelids and my world turned dark. Earlier that day, I packed my things and still had half an hour left before my bus would arrive. So I grabbed my phone and threw myself on the bed. My whole family was still asleep, and I would be the first one to leave the house. So I had to stay very quiet. I wouldn't want to wake them up. Not on one of those rare days they could sleep as long as they want. The time ran and nearly I forgot it. But with a little running, I still reached the bus. Before I could enter, I stopped for a second. There was this weird feeling not to enter. But after a few seconds, I thought to myself, don't be silly, you have to go to school, and the driver can wait all day long. Looking back, I don't know if it were those few seconds which caused all this, or if it was one of the drivers, whether it was our bus driver or the driver of the truck. All I know is that it were seconds, centimeters, which felt like eternity, but were also the fastest moments of my life. My bus had to cross a really big road. I sat right at the front seat and didn't thought about anything bad. The last thing I saw before my world turned into pain, smoke and flames was the shocked face of the truck driver right in front of me. "Hey, there's someone here!" Why was this man screaming right into my ear? Or at least felt like that. I wanted to open my eyes and see what he was doing here. This was my hell, not his. But my eyes wouldn't open. On the contrary, they hurted like hellfire. I grimaced my face, which led to even more pain. But it looked like it was enough. "Ben, come here, she's alive!" The voice was excited. The next thing I felt were two warm hands on my cheeks. Miss, can you hear me?" I tried saying something, but my mouth was as dry as the desert, and not a tone came out. Luckily, it seemed like it was enough. "Okay, I want you to stay with me." You have to stay awake. We're gonna bring you to a hospital. You're alive. Just stay that way, okay? Miss, miss. I felt him slightly patting my cheek, and I just opened my lips a little bit again and could hear him breathe out. Okay, miss. Do you feel pain? Just close your mouth for no and open it a little more for yes, okay? I opened it. Do you feel your body? I opened it. I felt how the great weight was taking off of my body. Do you know who you are? I stopped, thought a while, then I opened it. He breathed out. My body was pulled onto something straight and lifted up. Miss, do you have family? I opened it. The thing under me shaked when they put me down. I heard them breathe heavily from the stress and heat. Do you have friends? I opened it. I could feel the ground beat below me. We were driving. At least I thought so. Maybe I really wasn't dead after all. That made me happy. But as soon as my heart began beating faster, the pain came back. Twice as strong. I whimpered. Miss, stay with me. Do you, uh, like sports? I concentrated on what he said, tried to get what he wanted to ask. Then I closed my mouth. No, not at all. Sports wasn't my thing. Do you then like art? Again, it took me a time to figure out the sense of the sentence. Then I opened my mouth. The whole ride he asked me questions, but my strength ran out more and more the longer we drove. Then, when he asked me if I would want to visit the sea or something, I just smiled. I heard his voice fade. The thing that beeped in the rhythm of my heart was getting more and more silent. I felt the warmth of his hands, heard his voice to stay with him, and I would, but I was so tired, so unbelievably tired. I'd just take a little nap, just a little nap. Wait for me, Mama, I thought. I'm gonna wake up soon from my nap, and then we're gonna make pancakes together, as we planned for today. Just wait till I wake up, Mama. Don't cry. I can hear you. Don't cry. I'm just going to sleep. Just a little bit. You know that I never lie, don't you? Don't cry, Mama. I always keep my promise.